Wouldn't it be cool if you could teach your kids how to read? I'm talking, of course, about Japanese kids being able to read English, or in fact, any nationality kids being able to read in a foreign language, which for them is English. Wow, that would be cool, wouldn't it? You could charge quite a lot of money. Parents would be eager for you to teach their kids, for their kids to be able to read. It's the number one skill, and it is something that you can teach. I'm going to tell you in the next probably less than 5 minutes how to teach a kid how to read. First point, you may think, oh, that's all just learning the ABCs, the ABC song, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and all that nonsense. Yeah, that is part of it, but that's not really going to help you to read. If you can say the letters A, B, C, or whatever, C-A-T, that doesn't help you pronounce the word cat. If you see the word C-A-T and you just say C-A-T, C-A-T, doesn't help. You have to go k-a-t, k-at, cat. So that's the phonics or phonetic way of teaching to read. And I think this is how most people learn to read. Certainly how most native speakers learn to read. And there's no reason why non-native speakers can't learn with this, especially for kids, right? You make everything into a game and it's just sort of a bit of fun. So what do you do? Well, you have to teach the phonetics for all 26 letters of the alphabet. So that's A. So instead of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, it's A, B, K, D, E, F, G, H, I. What else? G, H, I, J, J, K, L, M, N, etc. Right? Now you may think, oh, I can't remember all those, and oh, what a lot of pain having to do that, and don't you look silly? And don't you have to have special actions for it? That's some companies that sell things, you have to have special actions. Yeah, it helps. You can make them up yourself. And you might say, yeah, but that's only the 26 letters. That doesn't tell you how to read, like TH together doesn't make a T and a H, it makes a Th or a Th, right? Yes, you also have to learn the letter combinations, like I-E together, usually in an I sound like lie down. You don't say le-e, it's lie, tie, etc. There's so many, and SH is a sh, and a CH is a ch. You kind of know these as an English speaker now, and you may have forgotten that you learned how to read, you probably using a phonetic system. And you've forgotten, and you're not quite sure how to teach it to kids. You can teach them ABC songs, and you can sit down with some simple words and graded reader books. But what do you do? How do you actually get them from recognizing letters and maybe even being able to write them to being able to read them? Well, it takes practice. And in fact, I wrote a book to help you, well, really to help myself and my students, but you can get the book. And it's a workbook, so that kids, the way I do it, you don't have to teach it this way, but the way I do it is I teach the kids one lesson a week as part of their regular weekly English lesson. And so they go through one page. So one page might be the sound of, I don't know, I. So you'd have hit, bit, kit, fit. That's, it takes them 5 minutes to go through, and they write the letters and join them together, and you go through them with them. And you work your way through it. There's 42 lessons to get through. My goodness, there are 42 sounds of English as well, as it happens. But I find doing it with the kids and using a workbook so they're writing and reading at the same time helps them get it. You can get all sorts of equipment and you can make all sorts of things and put letters together. I used to use bottle tops and stick letters on there and rearrange words and stuff. And you can do that, and you can reinforce kids with that, but it's a lot of hassle to make and to prepare. And so, being a naturally lazy person, I'm not a lazy person, but if you want to save time, you actually have to work quite hard. I made a book, and that's what I'm talking about today, and this is it. Tower Talk, phonics, and as you can see on the cover, these are the kinds of things. You get the letters, and then you've got the words, and you join them up, And, you know, like, look at that, there's one. Match the words, right? And then you've got difficult sound, the different sounds. These sounds, the E and the EA sound like E, 3 feet, teach, eat, right? And you join them up. And then there's 42 of these lessons. Every lesson has a QR code with a very short video of me going through the lesson, making the sounds. So if you, as the teacher or parent, you're not quite sure, what am I supposed to do on this page? Watch the video beforehand, you're good to go. Or give it as homework to the kids to read. It's also photocopiable, so you can photocopy it. You can just buy one copy and photocopy it and use it for whoever, and use it many times, or just buy the book. The reason I'm going on about it is I've lowered the price of the book down to as low as I possibly can on Amazon, so it's around, I think in America about $19, and I don't know, a similar amount in pounds and euros. And so you may say, oh, that's very expensive, but it's cheap if you think maximum within one year, you can get your kid being able to read and write, no matter what their nationality. That's a pretty cheap investment. And in fact, it could go quicker. You could probably do, if you've got a bright kid, you can do 2 or 3 pages as a go. You can make a whole lesson about it if you like, though I find that gets a bit tiresome for some kids, because I want them talking. Reading is part of it, but I want them talking and having fun. So all of these books are available on Amazon, and it's called Tower Talk Phonics. I'll put some links on this, the website to this podcast, video, whatever it is, and you can find it. Anyway, it's as cheap as I can possibly make it for the next, I don't know, week or 2. So I would advise you to go ahead, and if you're at all interested, buy it now. Just buy one copy, and if you find it useful, let me know. Leave a comment on Amazon or send me an email. And good luck. It will help you if you're an English teacher, which I'm assuming you are, or a parent of a kid who you want to be able to read. This is the thing that will help you and will give you all the information you need, follows a syllabus, so you don't really need to know exactly what you're doing, although you'll figure it out as you go along. And by the end of the book, I promise you'll have a kid that knows how to read. And then it's just up to you to practice and to get the kid to read, age-appropriate stuff that's not too difficult for them at first. Okay, thank you very much, and good luck reading. Cheerio.